Suspicious items, a suspicious item seen in Weaverville will tell you what made the Trinity County Sheriff's Office issue evacuation warnings. Plus, we continue to bring you the latest details on the car that crashed into a Magalia home this week. Also, Butte County leaders address grand jury report that shows Palermo is in desperate need of a better water system.
Covering Northern California. You're watching Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
It is no secret that the community of Palermo has clean water issues. As we reported last month, the problem was addressed in the 2025 grand jury report. Butte County Water Commission held a meeting today to discuss the concerns, and Action News Now reporter Sade Poulin joins us live from Oroville, where that meeting has now ended. So Sade, what was their response to the report?
So, Alan, the Butte County Water Commission says that it has two clarifications they want to make to the grand jury report. One is regarding dry wells. In the grand jury report, it states that dry wells in parcels on the east side of Palermo imply that residents must have water delivered to them paid for by temporary grants obtained by the Environmental Health Division of Butte County Public Health. The Butte County Water Commission clarified this and said that the Butte County Office of Emergency Management administers the Drought Resilience and Outreach Project Grant Program, which is funded by the State Water Resources Control Board. The grand jury also recommends that the Wyandotte Creek GSA Advisory Committee or Water Commission TAC include a local well driller that's knowledgeable on groundwater availability by next month.
There are requirements for what that person needs to have to be on the advisory committee, and a well driller could be meet some of those requirements. And we also just mentioned that there is a well advisory group in Butte County that has well drillers that.
Luzier says that even though a well driller may be eligible, it's not a requirement and not warranted, especially since the department's water resource scientist already participates in the Butte County's Division of Environmental Health's Water Well Advisory Group meetings, which is a group of stakeholders representing licensed well drillers and pump installation contractors. The Butte County Water Commission says this recommendation should be directed to the Wyandotte Creek GSA, which is a separate legal entity with its own governing board, distinct from Butte County and the Board of Supervisors. At the meeting, they also talked about increased grant funding for their Clean Water Commissions project, also for their Dry Wells project, and for their Master Drainage Plan. Reporting live in Butte County, I'm Sade Poulin with Action News Now.
Thanks, Sade. And now we'll take a live look over the Sundial Bridge in Reading. And Chief Meteorologist Howie Gordon is tracking conditions for us. We're halfway through the week, but it's going to be a little bit downhill or uphill, I suppose, when we talk about the temperatures coming our way, Howie.
Let's see, uphill, downhill. I guess downhill for our mindset because it's going to be so hot. But yes, uphill, I guess, because we're going to higher temperatures. And we're a couple degrees warmer than yesterday. But what does that do? That really put us back to average. But we're going to go above average in the next few days. Right now, sitting at 83 in Chester, Paradise at 87. Nice. And I want to say comfy, but a little more comfy than the 90s. Here's a look at our winds. For the most part, on the lighter side, we like to see that. We have a little bit of a split flow. Got the dry air out of the northwest. We also have some of that delta breeze kind of pushing up a little bit. Here's our moisture levels. They've come down a little bit, but as temperatures start to heat up, we start to see lower levels of moisture as well, and those are coming down. But for right now, still, we're on the low to moderate side, and even with tomorrow's numbers being similar with winds still on the light side, we'll keep it at low to moderate for significant fire risk potential. But again, we are going to heat up, and we're going to talk all about that, Alan, in just a couple minutes.
Thanks a lot for that, Howie. We have new details about the car full of children that crashed into a Magalia home over the weekend. Butte County District Attorney Mike Ramsey told Action News Now that the 11-year-old driver was the daughter of the 41-year-old woman who was arrested, Catherine Cresseman, and that Cresseman has been arraigned on 5 counts of child endangerment. Ramsey says that if convicted, it could bring 15 years, 14 months behind bars. He says Cresseman had 5 kids in her car, 10 to 13 years of age, 2 boys, 3 girls. Cresseman appeared in court this afternoon Again, as we said, she was arraigned. Now, the daughter, who was driving, had to be extricated using the jaws of life. She had a broken leg. Cressman was the only person wearing a seatbelt, according to Ramsey. Another 10-year-old girl had a broken nose and a bad cut on her upper lip. The DA says that Cressman told officers that she thought it would be okay to let her daughter drive since the girl's father also allows it on his ranch. Earlier today, an explosive device caused evacuation warnings in Weaverville. This morning, the Trinity County Sheriff's Office says a suspicious item was seen in the community forest near Mill Street. The community member reported seeing this metal pipe capped on both ends, and based on its appearance, police treated it as a potential pipe bomb and immediately secured the area, closed off some roads, then requested help from the Shasta County Bomb Squad. And the device was indeed determined to be a live IED. It was rendered safe. All evacuation warnings were lifted around 1 this afternoon. With the 7-year mark of the Camp Fire just months away, the town of Paradise celebrated another step forward in its recovery today. Action News Now reporter Jerry O'Lennon was at the official grand opening of the Eagle Point Apartments.
The 43-unit development officially opened 15 months after breaking ground. All units are already occupied, a clear sign of the continuing demand for affordable housing in the region.
Having housing for our residents, especially rental housing, is super important in Paradise after the Camp Fire.
Brad Glenn, whose company developed the Eagle Point complex, said the firm plans to have a long-term presence in Paradise.
And we don't just build these properties, we actually hold them. So we actually keep these with our asset management group. So we're here to stay.
7 of the units are now home to survivors of the 2018 Camp Fire. Among them is Cynthia Johnson, who pays $430 a month for her 2-bedroom apartment through income-based rent.
I'm disabled on Social Security, so I didn't have the funds to buy something up here. And I just feel I had a weight lifted off my shoulders today. I got to move in here.
Eagle Point stands not just as a place to live, but as a symbol of hope, healing, and a future rebuilt. In Paradise, Jerry O'Lennon, Action News Now.
The town of Paradise tells Action News Now that there are 6 other affordable housing developments currently in the works. Well, new tonight, the man suspected in the attempted kidnapping of a 3-year-old boy in Chico pleaded guilty in court today. Juan Carlos Avila Gomez, who's from Biggs, he entered that plea today for that incident that happened in April. He knocked on the apartment door on Rio Lindo Avenue, and when the mother of the child answered the door, she was holding her son, and Avila Gomez tried to pull the boy from her arms, shouting, "That's my kid." A neighbor jumped in to help, and Avila Gomez fled on a bicycle and later admitted that he had been looking for his children, but said he went to the wrong home and had no relationship with the child he tried to kidnap. Avila Gomez faces up to 4 years in prison. Sentencing is set for September 10th. New at 6, police say a man was sent to the hospital after being hit by a train in Butte County. Gridley Police and the Butte County Sheriff's Office were called out to the tracks right behind the area of Greenhead Court and Heron Landing Way in Gridley. The Sheriff's Office says a man was hit by a train and taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Tehama County Supervisor Matt Hansen and Greg Jones, they're hosting a town hall meeting at the Corning Library, and one of the issues to be discussed at the meeting will be the state of the Corning Veterans Hall, which has been closed since last fall. Action News Now reporter Jesse Angelo is live in Corning. Jesse, when does the city expect to begin the renovations?
Alan, that's a question on many people's minds here in Tehama County, and is likely going to be a big topic here at tonight's meeting. The Corning Vets Hall is a local landmark in the city. It was built in 1931, but closed last year until much-needed repairs are made. Tehama County Supervisor Matt Hansen says some of the delays have been due to rising costs of building materials, but he's hopeful that work can begin soon.
And the biggest question is, when is this going to start? When can we see it finished? What's going to happen? And I think that, we've had to displace our veterans, and they're doing their bingo down in Glenn County right now. I think that's a big deal for our local community. We'd like to get them back in there as quickly as possible.
Hansen says that over $4 million in grant funds from the federal government are still in place, and he hopes that there is a new bid as soon as possible. Live in Corning, Jesse Angelo, Action News Now.
Thank you, Jesse. And the meeting in Corning at the library there starts at 7 and is expected to go until about 8:30. Well, after more than 4 decades in Anderson, the Jolly Giant Flea Market is set to close its doors at the end of the year. Action News Now reporter Blake Mayfield tells us what's next for the building.
After Hambro Recycling purchased the building that housed the Jolly Giant Flea Market for more than 4 decades, the company posted this note earlier this week informing all vendors that after December 31st, the market will close for good.
Over half of the building is going to be for the recycling centers, and then the other half will be probably for storage and stuff.
Shaw says declining visitors and vendors over the past few years contributed to the decision. One vendor who says she was blindsided by news of the closure is Stephanie Duff, owner of Duff Girls Boutique. She says when she agreed to rent out a space of the flea market on July 9th, she was unaware of Hambro's intent to close it down. In that time, she spent $1,500 getting things set up.
I'm hoping that we can find some kind of small little storefront area that we would be able to go to in January.
Hambro Recycling plans to turn the building into a drive-through, state-of-the-art facility to make it easier for people to get their CRV deposits back. The final day for vendors to sell their merchandise inside of the flea mart here will be on Sunday, December 28th. Reporting in Anderson, I'm Blake Mayfield, Action News Now.
The Jolly Giant Flea Market has been at that location on Highway 273 since 1980. Coming up on Action News Now, how a Shasta Caverns tour boat became vital firefighting instrument in the Green Fire. Plus, new at 6, a local woman is celebrating her centennial. We'll tell you the story of Helen Bloomer.